A great good morning, and I welcome you all again for the third day FDP on artificial intelligence and neural networks. Today, the resource person has to be taken the topic as Python programming in AI. Python programming takes major role to construct the AI, that is artificial intelligence. Its code is responsible and it is simpler to construct models for AI. So we have chosen the FTP topic as Python programming in AI. So now I welcome the resource person, Mr. V. Venkatesh Prabhu, project leader, full stack developer, Bank of New York, Mellon, Chennai. He has completed his ME Computer Science and Engineering in Satyabama University, Chennai, doing MTech in Data Science and Engineering in BITS Bilani. So he is a Python specialist. He has more than 12 years of experience in IT industry, especially in Python. He has worked in many multinational companies such as CTS, Wipro, Standard Chartered, Accenture, and now in Bank of New York. He has completed many certificate related courses such as Oracle Certified Associate, VMware Certified Associate, Cloud, Financial Markets, Commercial Banking in India. He received Excellence Award in Wipro. He had taken guest lecture in Hindustan University as the same topic, that is Python programming. Now I invite the resource person, Mr. Venkatesh Prabhu sir, to present his valuable speech about the Python programming. Sir, welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Um, Hi all, this is Venkatesh Prabhu from Bank of New York Mellon. I am having 12 years of experience in IT industry. Majorly, I worked in multiple companies like Accenture, Cognizant, Wipro, and TCS. And other than that, I am primarily having experience in Python programming language, huge from my starting career. And after Python programming language, I started learning Core Java. So in Core Java, Python, I'm having vast experience. So in my experience, I want to share some knowledge with you all regarding Python with artificial intelligence. So currently, I'm also learning artificial intelligence in BITS Nandi. So I was so curious to learn Python with artificial intelligence, where in current days data is ruling the world. So if you see about any intelligence instrument like machines, anything, you can see backend data is handling everything. So that makes me curious to learn artificial intelligence. So I want to share some knowledge what I have learned, and I want to also share about some basics in Python so that it will help you to understand about Python and also artificial intelligence. Okay, let me share the PPT. Ma'am, it is share. Are you able to see, ma'am?
Sir, it's visible, sir. Yes, sir,
Thank
visible,
you.
sir.
Thank you. So today, what we're going to see is very high level and layman language of Python with AI. So what I want to try to tell, right? I'm not going to show something rocket science or something coding oriented in this presentation. So we are going to learn why Python and why artificial intelligence we need to know in current days. Okay, so this is what we are going to cover in 1 hour. Let me see what are the things, what are the content we are going to cover today. So first topic we're going to cover with introduction with Python. So why Python? What Python is rolling in the current world, and why not the giant language like Java or C Sharp? Why it is not taken for a data science or artificial intelligence or a machine learning? Why? So that's we are going to see. Second thing, artificial intelligence. I think you all people are well known about artificial intelligence. Anyway, I'm going to give what is the difference between other things and artificial intelligence in this PPT. And third, we are going to cover what role the Python is playing in artificial intelligence. So how it is playing and why it is preferred for artificial intelligence, we are going to see. So if it is artificial intelligence, the two things we know is machine learning and deep learning. So other than that, we are also going to see the tools, Python tools, what we are using artificial intelligence. So Concern about tools, it is not specific. Day to day, it will change. Today, we will learn some tools in Python. But if you see after a year or 6 months, some other tool will overcome that one. So we are going to see what the tool is doing, why we are the tool is preferred. That's what we are going to see. Okay. Okay. Introduction to Python. Okay. What is Python actually? So Python is a programming language. We all know, right? So what other we know? Python is an interpreter programming language. So interpreter means next question. Okay. So difference is previously we know C, C++, Java, C Sharp. It is compiled programming language. What's the difference between interpreter and compiled programming language? That's question you'll get it. Okay. So on such case, compile programming language nothing but we will write some script and we will compile it first. Without, if it does not have any compilation error, we will get a class file. So with the help of class file, we will execute the class file to get the output. So compiling programming language have two parts, but interpreter programming language. Previously, what we have interpreter programming language in our history, Perl, okay, Ruby, shell script, all are scripting programming language. So what scripting programming language differs from compiled programming language? Scripting programming language will do compilation and execution same time. It will not try to create a compiled file like a class file to execute. So another question we'll get it here. Why compile programming language we are using, where we are using interpreter programming language? So wherever you want to reduce the execution time, wherever you are trying to allocate some memory allocation for a data type or data structure, on such a case, compile programming language is preferred. Wherever I don't want that much memory handling, I don't want that much execution time and all. It is enough for me. I want to write some small script also. I'm not going to write a big codes, too much method. On such case, which is preferred, interpreter programming language is preferred. So Python is an interpreter programming language. Okay, let me see. So what we saw, Python is an interpreter programming language. So what is the future? Okay, so whatever we are learning, we see what's the benefit. What is the extra thing other than current market software? So it is portable. Portable means this like a mobile phone. Wherever you are going, you are taking the mobile phone, right? So Python code is a portable. Portable means once you written the code, you can take it anywhere, from one server to another server, one laptop to another laptop, one OS to another OS. For example, you are working in Windows, you can deploy the source code in Linux, Solaris, wherever you want. Okay, free and open source. So in the market, people only prefer the coding language which is free. Primarily, we prefer because people don't want to spend huge money in the buying softwares. Okay, so it is open source and free. It is interpreted, we already saw. Okay, we saw it is interpreter programming language. Most of the interpreter programming language is not pure object-oriented programming language. Okay, then we need to know what is object-oriented programming language. Why it is important here? The primary thing in C, C++, Java, and C Sharp, it is pure object-oriented programming language. While C, C++ having class advanced, C++ is advanced. Okay, C++, you are writing too much lines of code, right? To avoid that, the two giant companies, Sun Micro and Microsoft, came with one programming language called Java and C Sharp. This two is highly object-oriented programming language and easy to use, huge libraries they provided. So that's why the two programming language was still now in the market in most of the area. But we previously saw, right, in Java and C Sharp, we need to write huge lengths of code. But I want to achieve the same output, same execution with minimal amount of code. Okay, there are two type of people in the world. One person will do hard work, too much hard work. Another guy, smart work. Okay, so if you ask anyone who like means people prefer the person who's doing smart work. Why? Because he is not putting too much effort to get something output. Okay, so object programming language means primary what we know encapsulation, abstraction, and inheritance, polymorphism. Other than that, private data handling, everything will comes under object-oriented programming. So Python is covering all object-oriented programming language. And another thing I want to say here, no programming language in the market is 100% object-oriented programming language. Okay, it will be some differs 80% or 90%. So we can't object-oriented programming is nothing but it's the properties, right? We can't satisfy 100% of properties. There will be some difference. So Python is covering as much what Java is doing, as much what C# is doing. So Python is an object-oriented programming language. Another thing. See here, I am talking something. So okay, in the recipe preparing food, there are two type of people will be there. One people will do very simple recipe. Okay, another people will do lot of complicated. Mostly what people prefer in the YouTube, they will prefer easy recipe. Even though it is test or not, they will prefer easy. So whenever we are learning some programming language, we prefer which is easy. In my case, I preferred initially Ruby. In my case, so I am a Java developer initially. Even though I'm a Java developer, I love Ruby because Ruby is very awesome in a single line. And I came to know about Python. As Ruby, Python also there in simple, very simple. So I learned in a week. Since I already know Java and Python, Java and Ruby, it was easy for me to learn Python in those days. So Python is easy. So if you already know about object-oriented programming language, Python you can do very fast. Okay, this is Gulp programming and large libraries. We will see why it is Gulp programming and large libraries. Okay. Okay. We saw in everyone's mind there will be a question: why we need to learn Python? Why not Java? Why not C#, Ruby, Pascal, PHP, JavaScript? Because JavaScript, a lot of things programming languages are there, right? So initially Ruby was developed by Rossum from Google. Okay, he initially spent some time vacations to do some mathematical operations, which he is not satisfied with Perl and shell script, and he don't want Java. Initially, if you see Google, they preferred C++ and Java. So if you want to write code in C++ or Java, it is huge. Okay, so huge means automatically complication will start here, right? So he want to write minimal amount of code to solve some complicated mathematical operations. So he spent some time, and that's how the Python came in the picture in the market. Day by day, he started adding a lot of libraries. Okay, let me see one thing. If you are talking about Perl, okay, what is the powerful library in Perl? Everyone know. Perl is very powerful in text parsing, regular expressions, right? So whatever the Perl regular expression is done, Python taken that library, taken that one, he looted it, and now whatever you can do in Perl regular expression, in Python we can do it. Okay, so same as Ruby and same as PHP, same as Java. So Java, initially we have a lot of OOPS concepts, but the difference is in compiled programming language, we will point it out the memory allocation of each variable, method, data travels. Okay, we need to mention it is a string or it is a buffer string, it is an integer, whatever the data type you need to mention. Depends upon the data type you are pointing out, it will allocate memory. Another thing in Java, C++, C#, everything is homogeneous. Homogeneous means if you are declaring a list, array, or any dictionary, it will only allow only one data type. Okay, so most of the time, if you are doing manipulation in coding, it will be heterogeneous. Okay, if you are traveling, if you see in the market, there are normal bus are there, some bus only dedicated to girls. Okay, so which will be rush? The bus which contain both men and women. So the bus which is only allocated to women will not be that much rush. So so in the business or in the market or in the business logic, the programming language which allow multiple data type in the single array or single sequence of value, it will be easy for a developer to execute. So and other than this, Ruby having Ruby and Rails. I think people know Ruby and Rails. So Python having same thing like Python with Django. So Django is fully developed with Python, and it is very highly uh, layman to work or to design application, web application in few minutes. Okay, so Python having all libraries of SQL, Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, NoSQL, MangoSQL. So every thing Python having that library, and also that library help us to reduce the lines of code. And if you are talking about any programming language, one thing will come under mind. What is it? Is a unit testing, right? It is if you're writing a code, unit test should be mandatory. It should travel like a shadow. Okay, so Python having PyUnit test. Okay, and also Python having behave and let use. Okay, but what behave and let use? In Selenium is currently the market is booming like anything. So Python giving a tool library called behave and let use, which is like a behavior-driven development. So behavior-driven development means business team, development team, testing team, all together will work. So vast library Python is giving. Okay, and main thing Python is primarily using in Google. So this one you need to keep it remember. Why? So what? You can ask, if Google is giving some programming language, so whatever the Google application, Google Ad, Google AdWord, Google Appliance, and anything, Gmail and Drive, whatever the application they are providing, they will give the API along with the Python. So what you can interact with Google Cloud, we can interact with Python. So Python is traveling all over the market. That's why Python is boomed. And currently, Python is highly used in artificial intelligence or data science and machine learning. Okay, why we will see later in the upcoming modules. Okay, so as we saw, Python is powerful, fast, and play well, and run everywhere. We saw it is friendly and easy to learn. Okay. How you are telling it is easy to learn? That will be a question. Okay, let me see here. I want to tell hello world a hi, hello. That's what. Okay, a simple word to convey. Okay, if you see in C++, you need to declare main method, you need to import, and you need to printf, and braces are compressor. If you see C++, same import, same you need to declare main method, and then you need to put std out. If you see Java, same main method, and you need to have one more method called static method, and then you need to put system.println, and you need to use for brass. In Python, nothing. Print hello world. Okay, see, this is not that much memory. I want that much. I don't want that much security to convey a small string called hello world. This is not a bank transaction. This is not something so confident, government confidential. I want to convey a small message. So in the market, 90% of data does not require confidential. Means I don't want that much data structure to travel the data to convey data. Only 10 percentage, like for example, airlines, banking sector, military, very 10 percentage. It will be lesser than 10, but only that percentage we need lot of encryptions and encoding or security wise. Okay, and we are now in the market. If you see what is a big application, Amazon, Facebook, and Twitter, and or other than that, e-commerce. So everything what we are using, it's nothing but a dashboard, a reporting oriented thing. And even in bank also, iBanking, if you go for iBanking, nothing but internet banking, you will see just a front page. Backend transaction is different, front end display is different. So that also require very minimal coding, not that much secure. But if in the backend, the data which is conveying, mostly they'll use API, and if it's very important, you can use Java or C#. So on such a case, in the market, 90 percentage, we don't want that much memory secure or that much very confident like that. So that also one of the reason why Python is boomed. Okay, uh, here I'm getting one more question. Why Ruby is not boomed? Ruby and Python are same, right? Ruby does not have that much library support. Okay, for example, Ruby is boomed with Ruby with Rails, but Ruby is not that much having library for unit testing, Selenium, machine learning, and other than that, what we tell, robotics. So that Ruby does not support that much when compared to Python. That's why Python's boomed. Okay, so when a person having multiple, if you're running a company, when a person having multiple skill and when a person have minimal skill, who will prefer? The person who's having multiple skill will prefer. That's why in market Python is highly preferred. Okay, let me see some more thing. Okay, Pa, you have mentioned Python is having a lot of tools or libraries. Share me something. Okay, okay. Let me see something in the Python. Okay, in games Python is used. Okay, in Python I will tell games. In games it's primarily used. Web development in Django. If you're talking about web, first it will come PHP because it's very Drupal PHP. It's very minimal lines of code and already drag and drop we got like a bootstrap, lot of things we got it. But Python have beaten that. Okay. And Flask API. What is Flask API? I want a RESTful API. In the current world, we are not allowing anyone to interact database. And even database experts not giving data like a table or views. How they are giving the data? They're giving like an API. Okay, so that hit transaction between database. Transaction means if you're doing a select query or insert query, each and everything is a transaction. The request response. So transaction and password breach, everything will be secured if you're using a Flask API. Okay, so scientific learn, we know scientific learn means nothing but is used primarily in machine learning. Games development we saw regular expression. We saw already we copied from a Perl and it is highly good in regular expressions. Arithmetic trading scale. See, in my first career, I was working for a BFSI domain. I designed nearly 4 or 5 trading applications. So it is um, it contain Nifty and it will contain cash transaction also. Cash transaction means currency trading. Okay, so actually, if you're writing any monitor, anything, it will contain huge logic. It is really a headache for us to implement. But if you are using Python, lot of third-party library came, which will reduce the length of code, which will reduce the complexity in the code, and it will help you to design or deploy the code very fast as much as possible. Okay, and machine learning. So we are going to see what the machine learning and like that finance, robotics, natural language process. Panda is used to handle a huge data with a table column. Django based on Py2exe. Py2exe means nothing but Python. We are writing something and we are converting to exe so that it will be very high secure and it will be executed anywhere in the Windows oriented OS. Encryption, PyCrypto is a library which used for encrypt a code. Okay, and high performance computing, high performance. So any programming language you are learning, first you will develop the logic, pseudocode, then you will optimize it. Then what we will do? We will try to improve the performance. Okay, so in such case, Python giving lot of option called Lambda, like that. It is a list comprehension, like that. It is providing a lot of things which will optimize the code. And computing means here we will primarily tell cloud. Okay, so cloud, what we will do, we will provision means we will create a virtual machine. So we have two type of cloud. One is open cloud, one is normally we have open cloud like AWS, Azure, Google, like that. No, another one is a private cloud. So private cloud where they will use in banking sectors, financial sectors, some telecom sectors where they don't want to share the data. They will use private cloud. In both cloud libraries, API interactions, we have huge libraries in Python. So we learn why Python is performing high in current market. With this, I just covered only 40 to 50%. We have that much libraries that wherever you go, if you want to socket connection, networking, if you want to do any infra work, anything, any research oriented regarding the DNA, chromosomes, the medical oriented, eye, retina, biometric, everywhere the Python is booming like anything. That's why we are here to learn Python. Okay, and we are also going to learn why how Python is implemented in AI. Okay, we'll go next slide. Okay. Okay, you have mentioned Python. Let me show some data type in Python. We can ask. Okay, so it is a initial basic data types where Python is doing. So it is a Boolean, number, string, byte, list, tuple, set, dictionary. Okay, Boolean, you know, it is a true or false. Okay, Boolean is a true or false. Number is nothing but it is a integer or it is a float, and it is a real and imaginary complex numbers. String, nothing but in a double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, whatever we are mentioning in a character with quotes, it is a string. Okay, byte and byte array. So byte and byte array means we will have byte value in the format of string. List means nothing but it's an array. Okay, array will tell, right? But what we learned here, it is heterogeneous, not homogeneous. What is the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous? Homogeneous, only one data type, it is allowed. Here see in integer, float, and it is string, so it is heterogeneous. So Python allow heterogeneous array. Okay, tuples means nothing but it is not like a list, but will contain less memory allocation, less values. Actually, tuple B come in the normal bracket, not in square bracket. See here, something wrong. Set means, okay, we learned union, intersection, like that we learned, right, in the school days. Okay, so if you are working with the two array, I want the union value, I want the intersections value, I want the difference, like that mathematical calculation, you can use sets. At the same time, I have a sequence of value which contain duplicates. I don't want duplicates, I want to remove the duplicates. On such case, we can use set. Dictionary, nothing but hash table. What is hash? We know hash is nothing but a key and value. Okay, so dictionary, it contain keys and value. Here keys are unique, values may be unique or duplicated, no problem. And keys only accept immutable. So what word immutable in Python? So two things we have in Python. One is mutable, another one is immutable. What is mutable? You can, I will remember in such a way that mutable means mutable, immutable means non-mutable. Mutable means we can change. Immutable, we can't change. So if we consider a number, okay, number 5, we can't change the value. Once it is given, it's given. We can override, but we can't change. We can't alter it. If you consider a string, this is a string. We can't. This is a string is a immutable. We can't change particular character. We can concatenate. We can use the thing anywhere, but we can't change it. Okay, like that. List is mutable means changeable. So we have 1 2.2, I can pop the value. Pop means remove the value, I can insert a value. So whenever you are capable to change a particular data structure, it is mutable. Whenever I am not able to change the data structure, it is immutable. So tuples, it is immutable. Okay, once I declared, I can concatenate this tuple with another tuple, but I can't change the tuple. We will see some examples. Set is, we have two set and frozen set. Set is mutable, frozen set is immutable. But in 3.4, 3 and above version Python, frozen set I'm not able to see. So set is mutable. So I can do alterations, anything we can do. Dictionary is a mutable, but even though dictionary is a mutable, dictionary keys are immutable, dictionary values are mutable. Okay, why dictionary are mutable, but why values are immutable, means keys are immutable? Why? Because see example, A for Anand. I have one person A is a key, value is Anand. Okay, another person is coming with A with Anita. Okay, if I am adding A for Anita in the dictionary, what will dictionary will do? It get confused. Hey, what value I need to consider Anand or Anita? But what it will do in coding in interpreted programming language, it will override it. Okay, whatever we are using last one, it will override. So there you will get data issue. Okay, data mismatch or improper data, you will get it. So whenever you are handling a dictionary, you need to be very keen that dictionary keys already contained or not, and the key should not be duplicated, but values can be duplicated, accepted. Okay, we will see some examples so that you'll get some confidence. Okay, what are the Python keywords? Just tell me something. Okay, we saw list. List is nothing but array. That's all. Boolean. Boolean means true or false. That's all. Condition statement. Primary, what we will do conditions if or while. Primarily we will do. So here we don't have while do, we have while and we have if condition, else if condition, nested statement. And we don't have a check or a loop means check or something will have conditions, right? That does not have Python. Okay, and doc string, a string which try to explain a particular method or a class, we call it docstring. Parameter means whenever we need pass a parameter, it's a parameter. Dictionary is assert means it is a condition which is used to check particular value. Okay, here we are having continue or break. We are having comprehension. Comprehensions means we are having three comprehensions here. One is list comprehension, and another one is dictionary comprehension, and one more comprehension we are having. So what comprehension? So comprehension try to reduce the length of code, and it is reduced to implement a pure data, pure particular variable like a list or a dictionary. Okay. So we any if you are working in a model, we can say it's a module. If you are having importing some other Python language, that also we can say it's a module. A value which you are using is a variable. Type is nothing but what data type you are pointing out. Okay, enumerator. What is enumerator? I have a sequence of value one apple, ball, cat. I have a list. Okay, apple, ball, cat. While iterating, I want to give a ID for that. Okay, the ID should be depends on the index. So what enumerator will do, whenever it will iterating a sequence of value, it will give a first value as a number, which what index it contain. Second is a value like that. Float is nothing but like any value with a decimal value is a float. Range is used as a for loop primarily. It will contain starting from 0 to whatever you are giving, or we can also give any value from the end. Okay. Okay. Before that, we will see some examples. Okay. So that it will give you some confidence. Okay. We saw initially first model we saw, right? Hello world. Okay. Just keep hello. Don't not even have. Okay. Let me reduce the lines. Okay. So in Python, to print a particular value, that's all. Okay. So to declare a value, same thing. Okay. We will see just small codes in Python. Okay. So here var, if you are printing var, it will hold the value var. ID of var means in Python, whatever variable method you are giving, it will contain particular ID. In college, we are having, in company, we are having an ID, right? Until this value is terminated, suspended, that ID will carry forward wherever you are going. Okay, so this is normal variable declaration. Okay, how arithmetic operations doing? Because that's what we will try to do, right? Simple. Blind, I'm giving 2 plus 5, 7. Okay, if I'm giving float, so integer plus float, this one. Okay, another question you will get. Okay, if I'm giving 2, it's considered as a 2. But in Java, what we will do, int x equal to 2. Like that we need to give. So we need to point it out, this is an integer. If you are giving 0.0, you will get the error. So you need to give each and every variable name what data type it should be. Okay, according to that, the memory will be allocated. But in Python, x equal to 2. That's all. Automatically with this, it will consider data type. Okay, what data type it was? For that type of x here, int, right? So, okay, if the same thing, x is equal to 2.0, how it will consider type of x? Here, float. So, initially we saw, what we saw? Here, see here, a is equal to 5. We are giving only a is equal to 5. Automatically, Python is considering what data type the 5 was. It's an integer. So, it is considering this data type as an integer. I'm giving another variable, b is equal to 2.3. Automatically, Python is considering this is a float. So we don't want to declare each and every time dot data type was. That we can give the person. Okay. So 2 plus 3j. Let me consider this one. X is equal to 2 plus 3j. So 2 is a real value, 3 is the imaginary value. Okay. So I'm giving what's the type of X. So it should be complex. Okay. So this is how the data type is declared here. So I'm going to give a small two lines of code, how arithmetic is doing, how they're converting into method, how they are doing in a class. So from this, we are going to stop it. Okay. Let me see how they are doing. Okay. X is equal to 2. Y is equal to 3. So x plus y is 5. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to carry forward the value to some other variable name called z. So x plus see here. So z contain value. Wherever I want, I contain value. So this is interpreted. This is what will tell. This is interpreted shell. So this value I am typed. Okay. So I can wherever I want this 5, I can use it. Okay. So I need to write this type of code everywhere wherever I'm using this logic. To avoid this logic, what we will do a method. In Python, for method, we will use a keyword called def. Def is nothing but define. That's what. Okay. So add. This value, add value is your value, means your options. Whatever you can give, method name it will accept. Okay. I'm giving get two value, x comma y. So this is parameter. I'm getting two value parameters. Okay. Here, return return or we can use print. Okay. So this is how we will convert the very interrupted lines to a method. Okay. So why we are converting a method means whenever you are trying to use same business logic in multiple modules or multiple area, then you need to convert the logic into a method so that you can inherit the method wherever you want. So whenever I want this operation, whenever I want this operation, I can call it wherever I want. Okay. So sorry, it's not add, it is add value. Let's type it up. Here. Okay. Okay, I understood. You are converting into method. Okay, but in Python we are telling this is the object-oriented programming language. Okay, how we are define a class? Okay, so class, if you want to declare, I just keep you the center. Okay, if you want to declare class, class, class name, arithmetic. Okay, so I don't, here I'm giving as this. So in class, we will, what is the difference between method and class? Whenever I want to automate a particular lines of code to reuse many area, you will convert that concept into method. But the method contain multiple functionality. For example, arithmetic operation. What we have arithmetic operation? We have add, subtract, multiplication, division. So the basic arithmetic operation contain 4 functionality to where we will convert this functionality into object or a class. So that whenever you are having multiple functionality, you are preferred to write a class. Whenever it is a basic or a very layman or a straightforward, you can use a method. Okay, but I know I'm not going to use in many area. It is only one time area means you can directly like display plus. Okay, let me see what's happening here. So in class, you need to declare a initialization constructor. Okay, okay. Initialization means what it was. Initialization is nothing but whenever a program is called, that initialization will help you to set some preset values. Okay. Another thing, you are pointing out something self. What is self? Self in Java will use this. Okay, self is nothing but it is wherever you are using self in a method first parameter or a variable name called self dot, it is understood that that particular variable or particular method pointed to current class. Okay, so okay, it is possible to write a method in a class without self. Yes, of course. Where we will write it? Whenever you want a method is static. I don't want to expose that method in outside world. No one should call that method in outside world. There we can use a method without self, a variable also without self. Okay. Now self dot x equal to x here. So if whatever values you are mentioning in the initialization, that are the parameters required to execute this class. Keep in mind, whatever parameter you are giving in the initialization, that are the thing it is required to execute the class. If you are not giving this x comma y value while calling the object, you will get the error. Okay, so we saw definition. Okay, next one. So add value. So what we learned, whenever you are having a method, we should call as first method as a self, so that this particular method is mapped to current class. Okay, so okay, so here return self dot x plus self dot y. Okay, two things we are going to see, that's all. Okay, we'll finish off this. So two things, one is add, one is the multiplication. So return self dot x, multiplication, for that we are using star here, self dot. So this is how this method is converted into a class. Okay, so in class means multiple functionality, we want to make it a single business logic, there only we will use class, unless it is not required. If you are having a single functionality to use multiple elements, it is better to use a method. Even I'm not going to repeat the code. On such case, what I will do, just specify. Okay, not need to declare a method or a class. Okay, so how to call a method here means, so this is my keyword obj and value is nothing but it's my own. You can write whatever you want. You don't need to give the class name. What we learned, whatever parameters there in the initialization, we need to give pass a value here. So how many value we are having? X, y. So for x you will consider 4. For y you consider 6. Okay. So object is created. If you see obj, it will show like object. See, it is like an object. Okay. Now what you want? You want addition or multiplication. How I can call? So this object, whatever you created, dot add var. That's all. You need to just put dot method name, because here you declare as a self, right? So inheritance, what it will do, once you declare self dot x, you can use this self dot x or self dot y wherever in the class. So here, see, we are not passing here in the parameter. So once you declare an initialization self dot x or self dot y something, that will be used across this class. Okay, let me see what happens here. Here, so 4 plus 6, 10. What we are doing? We are doing addition. Let me try with multiplication. Here, multiplication, 6 4 24. So this is how Python. So see here, this is not that much rocket science, right? While I was learning Java, for me to understand the Java, to write a method, a class, I struggle like anything. To pass a parameter, initially I was struggling anything after finishing my graduate. But here, see, Python is so layman language, so like a alphabet text, like a COBOL or something, which is so easy to declare a method or declare a class. Not that much complicated. Okay, so see, initially we declared z is plus y. Okay, initially what we do 2 plus 5, 7, but I want this output into a value. For that we done is plus 5. Then I want this into a multiple times. I will use this logic in multiple times. On such case we convert into method. Once I convert into method, okay, it is only one thing, but I have multiple method to be embodied in a single class, single object. How I can do? So we saw a class. Okay, so how to call a class, how to pass a parameter, everything we saw. So we are having lot of things, but to do a small basic logic, we don't want to learn much thing. Basic is enough. Day by day, by working, we will learn lot of things. Okay. Okay. So we learn Python basics, Python coding, a very limit line, a print statement, what is the data type, like that. Before. Okay. Okay. Let me come to artificial intelligence. Okay. Everyone are very known about artificial intelligence because you all people are using cell phones. Okay. Wherever you are using cell phones, 90 or 60% of app they are doing artificial intelligence. All are tracking whatever you are doing. There will be a message called actually track what your activities. So they want whatever you are doing, what page you are, what application you are going, where you are going, everything that why they are taking it. Have anyone think about it? Okay, you are doing a Facebook, you are putting a like, you put dislike. Okay, and in Twitter you are giving some comments, you like or dislike, you added some percents, you are following someone. So with that, what is the use in the market? I will tell you one thing. Recently, I attended an interview. Okay, in the company, what they done? They tracked my Twitter, they tracked my Facebook, they tracked my lot of activities. Okay, I was surprised because it is giving my attitude, it is giving my face, it is giving my. In previously we will do right before marriage we will do astrology before for men and women, like that nowadays they are doing in if somebody is seeing your Facebook they will tell what you think, how you think, what you will do, how you will act, like that they can easily tell. So Twitter. So unknowingly we are giving our behavior, our like and dislike to the social media. So with that information, for example, I'm searching a Google, a mobile, particular mobile iPhone. I'm searching. Within few minutes, I'm wherever I go in Google or any website, I'm able to see that particular mobile. Right? It's very surprising. So what it means? They are following me. They are tracking me. It is good or bad, both good and bad. One thing, they are making me eager and giving a lot of choices. Okay, another thing, they are forcing me and they are putting some things in my mind to do something. So continuously, if you are doing a walking in a beach, continuously you are seeing a person in a beach for a year, automatically you unknowingly you will think that he's a known person. Day by day you start smiling them and you be friend to them very easily. That's how they are, that is the logic they are doing here. So repeatedly seeing your some things in the Google or some any pages you are going, so that make you to eager. Okay, because your mind is thinking that I want to buy iPhone, I want to buy Apple laptop, I want to buy particular bike, something. So wherever you're seeing that ad is coming in, that eagerness will be increased and will be buy fast. But good thing is, this is real time. I'm just giving. Good thing is, initial days when I travel to Hyderabad, Kerala, everywhere, I struggle a lot because after my graduate also, where in Chennai especially, Chennai is new for me at that time. Wherever I go for interview, one guy will tell, boss, Amazon companies this side. After going 5 kilometers, another guy, boss, you came across. It is 10 kilometers back. So I went lot of time late for an interview, and to go for a particular place, I struggled a lot. After Google Map came, it's really awesome. I'm not still now. I'm traveling through car. I'm not asking anyone. I'm just giving the destination. Automatically, it's giving lot of suggestions. It is giving traffic. It is giving time estimation. That is awesome. Okay, so like that, lot of things came today. Okay, and in the Google photo, if you see right, it is asking particular face. Prabhu, this is your face or not? Yes. If I'm giving yes, this is Prabhu. Automatically, it is giving all the photos which my face is there. This is awesome, right? So it also helps us to reduce the complexity and criticality. So any innovation comes to the market, it has both pros and concern, good and bad. Okay, let me consider online banking. So online banking reduced to go to bank. Initially we will take half day leave to stand in the bank and then we finished off. But now in a single click with Google app or any online banking, we are finishing the transactions. But people are also looting money through online banking with some people who are not aware about the online transactions. So any innovation have good and bad. Let me see what about in artificial intelligence. Okay, what is artificial intelligence? Okay, so let me consider intelligence. We will tell, boss, that guy is so intelligent. Whatever you're asking, is answering. It's keeping. I saw him 10 years back. Now he's telling my name. So that is a complex situation. Something happened. Some in the office, some complicated happened. We need to finish the work today. So some guy is coming into the picture and is solving all the complication task, and he's handling the output in the end of the day. Really is intelligent. Okay, we have a problem in a home. One person coming with the influence or something, with the phone call, everything is finished now. He's intelligent. The influence person is intelligent. So what intelligent means? I want to do some task, so how I think and how I finished off the task is intelligence. So IQ means you will tell human intelligence. Okay, so what is in artificial intelligence and natural intelligence? Natural intelligence we will call as a human. While I'm driving, I will seeing a signal red color or green color depends upon them stopping the car. While driving, a small puppy is crossing. A small dog, a puppy is crossing the road. Suddenly, I'm crossing and wait until it cross. So this is the intelligence which we have. Okay, so the same intelligence, if a particular machine is doing, how it was really right? Awesome. Okay, where we will use this one? We will have this knowledge. You will have a question, right? Okay, why I want human intelligence, boss? I'm already there, right? Okay, already there. But if some work is going 24 bar 7, 24 bar 7 means 24 hours, 7 days, Monday to Sunday, full week, full hour, work is repeatedly be done. On such a case, human brain will not allow to do the work. They'll get fed up. On such a case, we will teach a machine, we will give the knowledge what we have, we will give the intelligence what we have and make into a machine, and that machine will do repeated work. Okay, see, we need to know the difference why we are using artificial intelligence. Yeah, artificial intelligence primarily used to do a repeated work. So intelligence which human have, it is handed to embedded to a machine. That intelligence is called artificial intelligence, and it is primarily used to do for 24 bar 7, or a human does not waste their time in that task. On such case, we will embed the knowledge to a machine, and we will make, or we will train the machine to do the same task, is called artificial intelligence. And this is not now, it was there previously long back, but currently after data science machine learning came, this is getting boomed. We will also see why it is getting boomed. Okay, okay, I have a question here. I'm putting a button, I'm putting a switch. Okay, it is light lamp is getting blowing. Okay, on such a case, how it is automation, right? So if this is automation, if I'm doing some task, the task is automated. So how the intelligence, artificial intelligence comes in that part? So we will get doubt what is the difference between automation and artificial intelligence. Automation is nothing but, okay, if something I'm having a AC, okay, I'm having a AC, I'm switching on the AC, and once switching on the AC, I need to give the the value, centigrade value. Depends upon that, the AC will work. It's an automation. Okay, I'm giving some instruction, just following it. But artificial intelligence, yes, AC should predict if anybody is there in the room or not. It should predict the room temperature and should predict the outside temperature of the current zone. From Chennai, it should check the in Chennai temperature. Okay, depends upon that. It should maintain a particular temperature in the room, and it should not run if no one is there. On such a case, if it is acting very intelligently, there we are considering particular machines doing artificial intelligence. Okay, so where we will use artificial intelligence and how we will use artificial intelligence. Okay. In the current market, when I was young, I know NASA is doing a lot of artificial intelligence. especially in the robotics. I know it's doing a lot of artificial intelligence. On the time, not that much. And the healthcare in DNA research, will have huge data. DNA. Okay, there we will use artificial GB of data. For example, if you're taking a person DNA, we'll get GB of data. So we will get the chromosomes values, a lot of values, behavior. On that time, we will get huge data. We will manipulate the data and we will suggest. Depends upon the DNA structure, the person will get this type of disease. In 10 years, he'll get this type of disease. In 50 years, he'll get this type of disease. He can live this much of year. So, lot of prediction can be done with healthcare. Astronomy. So, we are only seeing, people are seeing stars, people are seeing Mars data and all. But if you are considering the data to see astronomy, it will be tons of tons, huge data, and we need to analyze the data, we need to predict the data. So what will happen in astronomy, we are currently, what we are doing climate predictions, so flood predictions, and any asteroid is coming to hit our earth or not, that also we are doing predictions. So a lot of data we are doing in that part. Transport, everyone know recently Tesla driverless car, really awesome. Okay, transport, what it is doing in the transport, it is reading or training what we are doing, and it is replicating same thing. Also in transport, we are using Google Map, which is help us. That person is guiding us to go left, right. There will be a toll gate, or there will be speed breaker, or there will be a traffic too much. Everything it is updating. Okay, agriculture, it is booming now. Nowadays people are not try, it is a repetitive agriculture. So what they are doing, they are making a robot to put a seed in the air, and it is and scanning it, and it is checking, pouring the water, and once pouring water, it is waiting for the seeds, and it is for checking for pesticides, insects, everything, and unwanted, it is removing unwanted plants. And it is once done, automatically what it is doing, it is picking all the fruits fruits or seeds which we want, and it is packing, and it's giving to us. So yeah, if you are having 1 acre, 2 acre, okay, this is a manual, we can do it. If you are considering about 10 acres, 50 acres, 100 acres, so in India, we are doing less farming. If you are going for US and all, the farming will be like our area, like one big area, 200 acres, 100 acres, like that. Too much will be there, the agriculture, it will be outermost. So manual person, if you are doing it, it will take too much time. So it is guiding us everything. Teaching, you know everything about teaching, so a lot of things we are learning. And e-commerce, Amazon, if you're considering Flipkart, if you're considering, what it is doing, two things. One is it is predicting what we like, and it is showing, depends upon what we are entering the keyword in the search, and it's showing ads, it's showing that items and dashboard. Another thing, in Amazon, you know, I think the parcel, the packing is doing right, that is fully automated. No, it is not even manual interventions. So the robotics automatically get the pack, and it is packing, and the printing the address, and it is putting into a box for the courier. Really awesome, right? So television, no, Netflix example. Recently, Netflix stock market came up due to artificial intelligence, you know, right? So what Netflix is doing, it is trying to predict the people what, which scene they like, which movie they like, and what type of movie, they horror movie, romantic movie, what type of movie they are they are liking. And if it's a kid, which type of cartoon they are seeing, depends upon that, it is showing and helping us to select easily, depends upon our history. Robotics, it is was long back, but the difference is, in robotics previously it will be huge, it will be big, so big. Okay, but nowadays that nanotechnology came, right after that, everything embodied in a small chip. So since a lot of mechatronics was reduced in the robotics, the size of robot was reduced. Okay, even we have currently we have a lot of robots to clean the home, automatically clean the home, automatically inviting a people. Lot of things happens on, lot of innovation happening in the military side, so that the people will have less count of death. Instead of people, human, robotics will watch, right? In even night and day, it will watch everything. Okay, and it will also fire, it will also warn, or it will also make a smoke bomb, so that it will give an alert to everyone. Okay, so automotive, in Suzuki, Benz and all, nowadays people are not doing car. It is everything is automated. So if you want to, if you know this much order we got, it help us to do a car production. Before that, what we will do, we will make the production in the car and we will wait until it gets sales. But nowadays depends upon the booking. The car is automated and it is designed. Means it is developed and it is came into the market. Social media is currently we are having artificial social media, where it is. Let me take the example. Facebook. We saw, right, Facebook artificial intelligence. What Facebook is doing? It is getting all the data, all like and dislike. Okay, and they have some model means they have some pattern. What it will do, it will give a full history of how you think. They predict how you will choose, how you are choosing. You are a value person, or you look for a fame, or you look for a money, or you're a sentimental person. Everything is reading really awesome. So a lot of people even start Facebook because of this, because they don't want to bleach their secret and outside world. So like that, lot of information is shared across the country, and lot of information is taken from the normal profile. Okay, and also it depends upon the like and dislike. This help us the e-commerce to understand. Let me assume Venkatesh Prabhu. Venkatesh Prabhu like this one. Some Tesla car came. I'm liking the Tesla car. I'm putting a lot of photos of Tesla car. It will mention to e-commerce that Prabhu is so eager about the Tesla driverless car, a battery car, something a camera. I'm putting a lot of camera oriented photos, likes and all. It will give Prabhu is currently so interested on camera, DSLRs like that. It will mention data security. Data security, currently how I think people know about dark web. Okay, dark web means it is violence of in website, which will give lot of non-formal data, means secret data, our bank card, credit card informations, lot of huge things to mention the dark web. So what happens? Recently, we came to know about cryptography, right? The cryptocurrency. Sorry, cryptocurrency. We came to know, and we came to know Rhizoram virus and lot of virus we got. So what it will do, data security, it will take even Aadhaar card, lot of data was lost. We came to know, right? But they are what they done. They increase the security, and but lost is lost. What happened if Aadhaar card data information is lost? Means our fingerprints are there, our eyes, retinas are there in the other card, right? So with the fingerprint, I can take the money from bank. With the eye retina, I can take the money from bank. Okay, so with this, it is very data security is very important in current market. So with the help of artificial intelligence, the data security is handled, maintained. We can't tell that 100% security. It is a maintained, like apartment security, office security. We can maintain. We can't tell 100% security. So each and every second we need to maintain the security. For that, artificial intelligence play a very important role. Finance. Like we consider a bank, you are putting a ATM in a ATM box, and money is not transaction happen, money does not happen. Okay, on such a case, what happens within 5 days or 7 days, you are getting money back. How it is happening? It is happening because it will give you a unique data. It will give a unique data where this much of people got transaction, but money is not taken out. So automatically, what they are doing some list of information, and within a week they are returning back the money. So that's how, if you are calling customer care, they will tell like that. Money laundering. You are a customer for 10 years. Your maximum transaction was 40,000, 50,000. Suddenly 1 crore rupees are there in your bank account. Suddenly 5 crores are there in the bank account. Suddenly you're giving a check for a bank account, from your account you are giving a check for normally 40 to 1 lakh. Suddenly you're giving 2 crores of check to a person. It is a observation, right? So if you are taking about bank, tons of information will be happening in the bank. Okay, credit card, debit card, online transaction, asset transaction, operational, like credit card means lot of things will be happening. So everything it is very hard to track. So previously it will take a week to understand a particular thing happen, but nowadays in a few minutes, a few hours, they are getting all the informations. Okay, finance also contain tradings, stock market tradings. Okay, so gaming, usually we will tell don't play game in laptop, it will make the performance low. What it mean? Because it means that huge data is handled by playing, because the gaming, there are two type of gaming, one is predicted and one is unpredicted. If you are having a gunfiring gaming and you are doing here and there, the game does not know what action you are going to do next. So there huge prediction is required for the particular game, so that it will play according to you and it will make you interest. Okay, on such a case, gaming have a lot of data transaction, there also we need artificial intelligence. So we just seeing where we are using in current days. Not only this, other than that, lot of area we are using, but I'm just giving a high level where we are using artificial intelligence in real time. Okay, okay. Anything we saw, anything coming to the market has pros and cons. What is pros? Advantage. Concern means disadvantage. Okay, let me see what pros. We already saw, right? See, I want to stimulate, I want to do, I'm doing some work continuously from morning to night. I don't want to do it. I want to automate, and I want to intelligently automate in such a way that something is coming awkward or something coming out of the box, it should act depends upon that. And in such case, artificial intelligence will do thing. Capture and preserve human expertise. One example. Nowadays, we are putting 5 to 6 security person for a company or a apartment or any area. Okay, and we are having huge police, military forces. Okay, in what they are doing, first task they will do observation. Okay, they will check any person is coming, any person is coming, or any identification or something going wrong, or some person is doing some malpractice or some wrong activities we are seeing. So the observation, it is very hard task when you are sitting in a Kashmir and you're sitting in some hot area. It's very hard task, and you need to keenly active 24 hours. Okay, on such a case, why can't we put a camera and we can put a predictive analysis of the image, so that any suspicious activities observed in the camera, suddenly alarm will be triggered, so that that stress of a person, it's very hard to sit in minus degree in Kashmir. Okay, it's very hard to sit in Rajasthan, near Punjab and all. So that pain will be reduced. Okay, and for example, I'm doing a repeated brain operation, a repeated operation surgery, where even a small shake in the hand will lose the patient will lose their life. Okay, there are a lot of operations like that. Okay, neural network, especially for neural network, spinal cord operation, medulla oblongata operations, very sensitive. Operation will be success. Patient will not proceed further. Means what happens? They will remove that particular wound. They will remove the particular blood clot, but due to small shake in that instrument, that person will have side effects. So on such a case, artificial intelligence will play a very important role. Okay, response. See, I'm a lazy guy. Okay, if somebody asking something, I will wait. So what, for example, you are calling a bank customer care, right? On bank customer care, you are calling, horrible. We'll wait for 15 minutes usually. Press 1, press 2, press 9, like that. It will make like anything. After 9, you are valuable customer. Please wait in queue. But it will tell and it will make you fed up. Okay. So on such a case, chat box. Okay, chat box came nowadays. What chat box is doing? So if you are giving a repeated concerns, okay, you want to know your balance inquiry, or you want to know, you want to enable particular feature in the bank or a break or a phone, everything is coming in the chat box. If you are giving an option, depends upon that, it will ask for a date of birth or some that other number of PAN card, something. It depends upon that. It will proceed further and it will be activated. So that the person. So see here, two things happen. One is people lose their job. Another thing, what happens? People will reduce their tolerance, it will reduce the tolerance, because think about a person who's already having a short tempered heart problem, and he's waiting for a call for a something happen in a credit card for he want to disable a credit card something. He wait for 15 minutes, half an hour. It's very, that makes people very tense. That type of things are reduced here. Okay, so let me see the concerns. Okay, artificial intelligence, usually machine does not have common sense. Okay, what is common sense? You will tell. We know some, even though we are doing repeated work, sometimes we should not do. While two people are speaking, we should not speak. We need to request and we need to speak. Common sense, right? So, but machine will not think about it. It will just shout. It will tell and it will convey the message, acknowledge, go out. Something coming in pop up. Does it waiting for you? No. Something maybe you are getting a mail, it's waiting for you. So example I'm just giving. So it will not think about the scenario. It will not think about the culture where it is there, and it will not think about the situation. So that's why we are telling it does not have common sense. Okay, so even though we are driving driverless car, you can see a lot of accident happen in Tesla also. Why? Because Tesla have some prediction, some understanding, some memory. Okay, it will drive. What happened in one video I observed? One car was there in an accident. Tesla was traveling 100 kilometer fast. Suddenly, it is not predicting that that car was it for that car for Tesla. I think that the car was moving, but suddenly in the speed it is not able to handle the on that situation. And in US, you should not go left lane or right lane without a proper indications. Suddenly the accident happened. So even in Chutti, in a Tamil movie, Rajinikanth had acted, right. That villain will give a multiple task, and he will give the knife to the robot and ask to kill that the person who designed it. Suddenly, it will try to kill. So in the complicated situation, it's very hard to train a robotics or a artificial intelligence what to do. That's what it's telling. And legal and ethical. Legal and ethical means it. We two things we need to know. So a business will not run 100% legal. Okay, if you are true in your college or office in a company, if you're speaking, you will not tell lie, and you will speak only the truth. You can't survey in the college or company. But artificial intelligence robotic does not know that. It will tell the fact. It will tell what it contains, what the content have. Okay, and ethical. We know something we need to show. For example, I'm in a company. Some person are need to we are fired. Okay, fired means layoff. Bulk of people are moved out. What manager will do? He will call us in a particular one-to-one room, and with some emotional face, he will, with a low voice, he will tell due to some reason, business effort, that we are not able to proceed further with the business, so we are not getting any revenue projects. So on such case, we are sorry for that. Like that, we tell. But what this will do, it will be no low voice. The voice will be same, and it will tell. It will give a message in such a way that you are fired. Please go, take the money, go to finance team, get the check, and move out. Your debit card, your ID card will be disabled in few minutes. So it's not ethical, right? So it does not know how to behave on a situation or how to convey something which is ethical, and country to country differ also. Okay, just as a layman concerns, we are seeing layman pros. Layman means very high level. We are seeing. Okay, let me jump into artificial intelligence. Let me see what are the term artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, we are having machine learning. Okay, everyone know machine learning. Everyone know machine learning. Another thing is natural language processing, and we know speech robotics. Machine learning. Okay, what is machine learning? Will machine will learn anything? No, right? What it means, I'm training a machine, I'm training a robotics, I'm training a automation in a such a way that it should do a particular work, particular process, and it should give particular output. Okay, okay. There are two cases. I'm giving some input. I know some output. If I don't know some output, on such case, so there they are classifying supervised and supervised. Supervised, they are giving an input, they are expecting the output. In the matrimony, I'm belongs to a particular religion, a particular group. I'm giving input. I want a person. Okay, I'm a girl. I want a person from abroad only. He should earn this much. He should have some royal scar. He should have a bangla. These are the requirements. If everything matches, matrimony will give the output. These are the people who are there with your requirement. Please take it, madam. Like that. Okay. Another thing. Okay. It is unsupervised. I'm doing some trading. Okay. I am just predicting the current Nifty, and I don't know what are the uh, loss or what are the profit company will be there today, but I have some bunch of stock. So I'm telling to my computer logic, see, I'm having this much of stock. If something goes below, do it. But I don't know the output. Means do it means sell it. Okay, I don't want huge loss. Okay, on such case I'm telling. So it will predict each and every data which I have in my portfolio, and once that contains that money goes down, automatically that will since I have approved, right, it will automatically sell it out. A small example, it is not a much match. Small example. Okay, you are telling very small thing. Okay, if it is something a huge data, okay, on such case what it will do. Okay, I'm belongs to HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank. I'm having huge TB size of data one day for one day. I have this much transaction, and I want to dig out and find all the data which I want. There is coming a picture called deep learning. Okay, so deep learning means it will primary requirement is we need huge data. For layman language, it is machine language. Machine learning is done for huge data. I want to do something so intelligently integrated, orchestration oriented. Orchestration means integration for a lot of automations. So like that, I want to do. On such case, we go for deep learning. Okay, I work for the first company. One project came from New York. It is FBI. It was so curious where you will get lot of report, murder report, rape report, kidnap report, lot of report, pages of pages with PDF, document, lot of things. There, what police that means FDA required, I want, people are telling somebody killed someone or raped someone or kidnapped or looted something, they're telling, but no one is telling fact. They are telling 40-50% true and false. They are telling some lies due to some vengeance also there, right? We have some vengeance, we have some hate on neighbors, some friends, colleagues, we have it. So even though they are telling true, some area they are telling false. Sometimes whole data they are telling false. So we use natural language processing there. It is written in Java, and what the tool will do, it will do sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis means it will read the text keyword one by one. The way he he connecting a sentence, words of into sentence, we will easily predict it is true or it is lie or it is may be or may not be a true. Okay, so if a girl was raped and somebody is giving a statement, okay, she'll be so tensed. On that time, she will tell some content, and later on, she'll tell, "Sorry, I said lie." Somebody murdered our relations. We are there in situations. We will have too much anger on that time. So the while giving statement, we will give on that emotion. Will give lot of information. We will add where we will do lot of addition in the content. So that will make police to proceed further. That is okay. It depends on the situation, right? But it makes a judge or a police or investigator to proceed further, because when they investigate the particular person, he will tell a different story. In the NLP, we also done two documentation. For like in Virumbandi movie, we saw, right, two investigation with Kamal and another guy. So same thing will be done in NLP. We will have two investigation and we will match who is telling true, who is telling lie, which matches, which does not match. So everything we can do. So in NLP is primarily, it's I have an experience that I'm giving, and content extractions and classification, machine translations, and question and answering. So repeated questions you are asking, right? So what type of answer we can give? Okay, everything we can train the machine and we can do it. Okay, vision we saw. Nowadays, in most of the people cell phone, we are able to see face recognition, right? Initially, we have code, PIN number, and then we got fingerprints and pattern. We got now face recognition. How it is predicting the face recognition? Okay, so what it will do, it will get the orientations, XYZ orientations, shape, and up and downs of the face. Okay, so depends upon that, it will get the data by having different dimensions, up, down, left, right, like that. It will get the nose, it will get the eye, this one, it will get this shape, this broad, everything it will catch. Okay, depends upon that, it will take the data, because it does not know who is this person, who is not. Depends upon the pattern. Same thing what you are doing the pattern, the same thing will be done in the image recognitions. So image recognition in future, what will happen? Nowadays we are seeing a mobile GPS. If I want to find out a person, I can track his mobile IMPS number. I can tell this person tower is particular location, so he may be here or nearby. But in future, in camera they will add image recognition, so that we can't hide anywhere. Wherever you go, if you are using a mobile, if you are using your TV, if you are using any social media, easily you are tracked. So two things. One good thing is it is help to reduce a crime and help to find out a particular person and can make him safe, and terrorism will be reduced, and a lot of things will be taken care. Another thing is uh, private space, right? So it is very hard to be a private space. I want to be I don't want lot of this. I don't Most of the people don't like to track them. Okay, so it has both pros and cons. Speech, everyone know Alexa, Siri, Google, hi Google, everything, right? Siri and Alexa. So what it will do, it will get the audio, and it will convert the audio into text, and then with the help of text it will do the automation, or it will do the operations. Okay, same text to speech and speech to text. So initially, if you see the Google speech, right, that is not that much accuracy, but they worked for more than years, 10 years, I think. So they initially they have provided the API for speech to text and text to speech, and they stopped the API due to some enhancement. Now, if you see the Alexa, Siri really is awesome. Okay, it is catching our text, and even in my case for Netflix or anything, I will typing a content is taking too much time. I just press the mic button and I will tell play this movie, play the song, like that automatically. So it is reducing my efforts. Okay, I'm a blind person, I want to call a particular person, means on such a case it helped me. I'm handicapped, on such a case it helped me too much. I'm a very old person, I'm not able to see the numbers, I can't lift the phone for a long time, on such a case it helped me. So they are finding the problems with each and every person, and they are solving it. Really, really awesome systems. Okay, so all these things, and robotics, okay, robotics is contain both supervised, unsupervised, deep learning, and all most of the NLP, vision, speech. If you see the all top thing, all things contain robotics, and in the assurance is in future most of the manual effort will be reduced, and the robotics will be taken care in such case. That's what even home servant also, people day by day will be reduced. Nowadays we are having dishwasher, washing machine, and then AC, everything we are having that. Everything will be controlled by a servant called robotics. That servant will do all things. Okay, I don't know it is a good or bad, but it will reduce the manual effort, and initially the cost is too much currently robotics, and in future I think this will be reduced, depends upon the concentrating on particular task. For example, only cleaning home, just wash that thing, just take care. I don't want I want to prepare some food. On such case I will tell the robotics, please prepare this one, so it will prepare everything and will give. So for concentrated task it will give. I don't know about how it will be useful, but in military it's really awesome. Current days, nearly 30 to 40% is implemented. Robotics implemented. No manless guns are there. Manless radar. Lot of things are there. Previously, a lot of people died in that cold and hot area. Nowadays, robotics taken care. So even in Kashmir, also a lot of robotics is placed to predict or to watch if any suspicious activities, suspicious animal, humans are coming or crossing the borders. Okay. Okay, so this is a high level. Okay, let me see. If you are talking about artificial intelligence, okay, we can tell data science. We will tell data science. What is data science? Data which is converted into scientific. Okay, so something complicated data I'm having. It is not 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, but I'm having 2 lakhs of data to add or to do some more complex activity. There we will do some science, and then we'll try to overcome the complication. The data science umbrella contain artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence we already saw from automation. If the automation contain intelligence, innovation contain intelligence. What intelligence? Depends upon the scenario, depends upon the time a thing do right, that is called intelligence. So that's coming artificial intelligence. How artificial intelligence is achieved? It is achieved with the help of machine learning. So we learned, right? We are teaching a particular machine. We are teaching particular. We are tuning it. We are optimizing it. We already saw Google's speech, right? Initially, Google speech will not recognize Indian vocabulary in English. It's true. I tried multiple times in Google English. It will not give me even 10%, 20% output. Nowadays, it's really awesome. Alexa, Siri, Google Speech, everything is really awesome. Even I speech with low accent, bad accent, it is understanding, and it is, if it is not understanding, it is asking, Prabhu, are you asking this, that? So it is giving a suggestion, so that I will not get irritated. Initially, I will get irritated because why this machine is not understanding. It is better to type, even while driving or something. It is making my irritation. But nowadays, automatically, with the help of voice interface, it is understanding. So, so machine learning, it is comes under artificial intelligence, where we are training a machine, we are teaching a machine where what intelligence we have, the same thing the machine need to do. Okay, okay. This less amount of data, okay, accepted. Okay, if it's a huge data, in such case, what how I will do? For example, nowadays we know coronavirus, right? Coronavirus, I want to predict the coronavirus. I want to predict the Delta version of coronavirus. How it came, I don't know. But current state, I know. I know current state. I got the current state of corona. How it move, how it work, how it is killing the white blood cell or red blood cell or the immune system of a particular person. How it is reacting for a child. How it is reacting for a old age person. How it is reacting for animals. I will capture the data each and every seconds. Okay, and I will predict when the corona is making another variant. Okay, so in movie you can see, right? I'm a thief. Okay, on such a case, my face was known by everyone. On such a case, I will put another face mask so that no one can identify me. Okay, so people only wait and check for Venkatesh Prabhu with this face. They will keep the photo and they will check each and every face. But on that time, if I'm changing the face, they can't predict. Same thing, the Corona also doing. So when in which currently I have some coronavirus, in which month it will stop its it will be reduced, in which month or which days, how many days it will have another variant. So we start learning. Okay, we are learning how we are learning Facebook. So we are seeing this person like jewelry, this person like teddy bear, this person don't like particular politician person, this person was so interested on mathematical or some innovation astronaut, something we are learning. So depends upon that we will come to one picture that, so this person like this, don't like this, he can, if you are this person may like this, and while compared to the same person, another person also having the same attitude, he also likes some other thing, so he also may like the particular, or he also may not like some particular things. So we are predicting something. So on huge data, it is better to go for deep learning. Okay, so machine learning and deep learning depends on the data how we are using. So deep learning will work like a human neurons. Okay, human neurons, what it will do, it will contain huge data, it will analyze, it will predict, and depends upon your mind requirement. For example, you are seeing one person whom you don't like, suddenly what your mind will do, it will get all the information whatever he done wrong to you. So, right? So something you are seeing. If you are a non-veg person, if you are doing some full grilled chicken, by seeing itself, lot of things will come. Somewhere you in Hyderabad, you will have something. Some abroad, you will have some chicken. Same thing. So your mind will get all the information, and suddenly saliva will come in your tongue, and eagerness will increase, and hungry stomach will get hungry. See the operations. So the deep learning will act like a human neuron or design like a human neuron, so that it will get the information, it will understand the information. So it is a zip of machine learning, we can tell. So machine learning we can do bit by bit and pieces. So deep learning will do in a single shot, and it's primarily recommended for huge data. Second, okay, we'll try to finish. I think it's too late. Okay, we learn machine learning, right? So I have an intelligence, I want to push my intelligence to the machine. So that when the machine was when machine was so intelligent, on such a case it is satisfy my requirement. For that I want to train a machine. I have a dog, I'm asking for handshake, or I'm asking to stand up. Initially it will not do, so I want to train the dog to shake or to bark or to sit. So day by day, the dog will follow my instructions. Same thing, machine learning also will do. Let me see. So we learn something. Whatever we do, the same thing. If it is doing with a machine, we can consider this is a machine learning. Primarily, we will use for automation, primary task, and the repeated task we will do. And we need some predictive analysis, predictive understanding of huge data, and the future prediction. On such a case, we will go for machine learning. Okay, so we saw supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. What is supervised learning? We learned, right? So supervised learning means input and output. We saw one example in matrimony, right? So I have some input, I am given my profile information, I am expecting some output. So here I know. So there what we need, regression. Regression means repeated execution, repeated scanning, repeated thing. So currently we see in example weather forecasting. So what we will do weather forecasting, we will not see one time and we will predict it. Each and every second we will track from the satellite, we will track the weather for a particular location, and we will see nearby any cyclones are there, wind blowings are there, how much percentage is blowing, and what is the black cloud or white cloud, how much it was covered, what is the temperature of particular location, depends upon that we are predicting, sir. So we are repeatedly doing comes under regression. Okay, and classification, we will classify. So depends upon the, for example, image classification we are doing. So I put a camera in front of my company, and I'm predicting, I'm predicting a rom person rom. Okay, I'm telling machine once person rom intimate me, I'm telling to my smart machine. What it will do, each and every second it will scan the entrance. Once a person is identified, it will get the ID number with the retina or face detection, and it will give attendance in the note. Once ROM came, same thing it will do, but one more thing what it will intimate me that hi, ROM has entered into the security room and he is on the way to the office. Like that it will mention. Diagnosis: sugar diabetic. Initially, in the all over the world, diabetic is very worst thing I can tell you. So sugar diabetic, we can predict the glucose blood sugar. We can predict how much sugar it was there, how it what is how it came. It came from a father mother, or it came from forefathers, or it is came from a bad attitude. Means the culture, day-to-day activities, like that we can easily predict. And not sugar also is accepted nowadays. Cancer horrible. Okay, cancer we can tell how much days this person can stay. That much level that technology came. How this cancer came, how we can maintain it, how much dose we need to give the person to maintain the same thing, same effort. It is if anywhere any people are how many people having same how what is the how it was how the people are suffered, we can easily think get it. Even for DNA also same thing we can tell. Okay, so these are the things. Another one is unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning, we what will tell big data visualization. Big data visualization means we saw some example called stock market, credit card transactions, and then money laundering and asset transactions. Lot of things we have saw. So what it will do, they will do a clustering of information. See, in HDFC Bank, we saw tons of information will be there. Okay, though they will cluster all the thing into credit card. They will get the credit card. They cluster one. Only the huge amount transaction. They'll cluster very minimal amount or some percent transaction, but document is not given. Lot of things they will cluster, and then they will train. What they will train, if it's transaction happen for 2 crores or 5 crores, check is given. It is first time or this is. What is this first time or this is a repeated one. So if that is the case, how to whom is given? It is Iran transaction, Iraq transaction, like that. It is some transactions are banned, so everything will be tuned or trained there. So reinforcement learning. People nowadays are PUBG we are doing, and chess game we are doing, and lot of gunfighting. So that we have a lot of tools for games, right? So here we are trained uh, while playing games by games. So it will be learned by each and every activity. So it will give a reward to itself, and it will add its value, and it will train according to the, for example, train. For example, it will take example of Tesla. Okay, Tesla is going driving a car, it done some mistake. Okay, so what it will do, it will take a reward for that, and it will do. So this thing we should not do. So driving a car in too much speed or slow speed or sudden break. So in this location, the people are crossing anonymously. On such case, it will train itself, and it will keep it in mind in such a way that next time it will be aware about that part. So there, reinforcement learning are coming part. So it's already late, so let me run fast. Okay, so deep learning, we already saw what is deep learning. It is comes under machine learning. Okay, so but it is like a neural network or neural learning. We can tell we saw the neural, right, brain neurons. So it will where we will use it will use visual assistance, visions of diverse car. We already saw money laundering, face recognition. So face recognition means we will have a pattern, and we have huge data. We don't know, even a cat come inside, dog come inside the office, or humans, security employees, parcel service guys. A lot of people can come inside. So each and every second should predict, and it should match with the data. So vision of driverless cars also same. While driving, it should catch all the images, and it should understand, and should proceed further, right? So there we are using deep learning. Okay, so we already saw the difference between machine learning and deep learning. Okay, we saw the thousands of data points we are using machine learning. Here it is a huge data, means millions of data we are using. So mostly the values and scores will come from machine learning. Here it also, other than values, it gets text and sounds also. Okay, okay. So let me see what how Python is playing artificial intelligence. So these are the tools. I think people are so familiar with these tools. Pandas we would know. Pandas we are used for tabular data manipulation. NumPy means numerical Python we can tell. PyTorch means it is I think the PyTorch and Plotty and Matplot mostly it is used for graphical representation, chart representation, and TensorFlow it is used for recognition, predictions, and all. Okay, scientific kit learning, Keras, and Python neural network. I think part of the thing we have covered already. If we go through one by one, TensorFlow is primarily used in machine learning and deep learning, and it is used primarily for classification, and it is used for understanding and predictions. Okay, so understanding prediction means where it will come. It will comes under voice conversations and text based. So in Gmail, you are typing something, right? Automatically, you are getting suggestions. In cell phone, also same thing happening. Google search engine, you are giving some text, automatically it's giving some image. Image recognition. So we saw image recognition in two area. One is camera, CCTV camera. Another one image is in the app also we have Google image. We are having image recognition, time series, and video detection. So in video, it will detect if person is there, particular things are there. So video detection will comes under CCTV. Okay, so CCTV have two things. One is streaming, we can take video detection. Another one is image. So and voice recognition, sound recognition. So when I want to call someone, automatically my mobile Siri or Alexa is helping me to understand to whom I need to call to, which app I need to open. So that is helping. So here TensorFlow is acting for both machine learning and deep learning. Depends upon the thing. So it is the easiest tool which most of the area they are using is. Scientific kit learn. Okay, scientific kit learn is primarily used in bank. I can tell you. Okay, why? Because in bank we have two type of data. One is preferred data, and is unpreferred data. One is preferred data means I know this much of transaction happened. This should be successful or failure. I know, so I will predict that one. And another one is suspicious. Suspicious is unsupervised data. So here I don't know what happened. So I will get a cluster of information of data and I will do money laundering or something happens. So to predictive or classify the data, we will use this one. So with the help of model, mostly they will design a model. Model is nothing but a repeated work. It is converted to a model. For example, a credit card is a model. Credit card where what for what we'll use. It contain we used to buy a material. It has some limitations, so it has some structure, some specifications, right? That will tell us a model. So here in machine learning, what we will tell you as a model. So we will get the data and we will identify any breaches are there, and we will cut the data, and then once the data is captured, we will start align depends upon our requirement, and then we will predict it. So that's considered a model. So here it will use estimation and supervision supervised. So like that will come. NumPy, I think Skype, NumPy, people know. I think if you are learning already learn Python, Skype nothing but scientific Python. NumPy is nothing but numerical Python. So I have some data where will come DNA, neural network, neural natural language packet processing, like that if you're using, right? So I'm having a lot of new numerical oriented tasks. There I want to do some mathematical calculations or mathematical operations too much and complicated. That NumPy is providing a lot of library to overcome that one. Okay. PyTorch. We already saw why PyTorch is used. PyTorch is mainly used for tensor of graphical processing unit, and it is primarily used in deep learning. Okay, so when wherever you are you want to do something in graphical processing, the PyTorch help very much. Okay, so Panda. People also know Panda. Okay, Anaconda. If you are installing, people work Panda, NumPy, Skype usually. Okay, what is Panda? Okay, NumPy, Skype, and Panda comes under similar thing, but the difference is Panda using a two-dimensional size table, and it is used primarily for tabular data. Tabular data means I will have some student name, student ID, like that will have, right, like a table. So there we will use Panda, where it will help to frame the data. So it will also help to create with the help of Matplotlib, it will help us to create a chart or pie chart, bar chart, flow, whatever we want. Okay. So this Theano, it is a fastest numerical computation, and they primarily use CPU or GPU. Okay, so it is primarily used in deep learning and in the model, and it's mostly used as API in the Python. Okay, and this also help us to handle the mathematical calculations, especially the matrix oriented. It will help us to mitigate that complexity. Keras. Keras also used in deep learning, and it is like vapor class in the machine learning. Okay, even though it's deep learning, vapor class means well, we'll write something in deep learning, and it will be used in the machine learning in the high level. Okay, that also you can use as an API like that. You can also use it, and it is primarily used in iOS, Android smartphones, and web JVM. We can use to do a deep modeling and all. Okay. So this is a clusters graphical processing unit. Okay, graphical processing unit means cluster means we will get a lot of graphical processing unit, right? Tensor processing unit. So it will the data will be distracted. Okay, so there we will make it cluster and will come to know some judgment or some endpoint so that we will cumulate the output. So natural language processing we already recognized, I think. So any questions? Sorry, I already I took too much time. I didn't expect it. So I don't want to tell any coding oriented because people will get bored when I'm if you are seeing a coding oriented. That's why I'm so keen about the tools what we are using, the usage of Python inside artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? So that's all. Okay. Any question, madam?
Sir, one madam asked that, sir, how to create the weight file of object in machine learning?
Okay. Once again, a wait file, right?
Yes, sir, weight file.
Okay, ma'am. Wait file means I don't understand, ma'am. Sorry.
So it's like that, sir. How to create a weight file of object in machine learning?
Okay, hold on, I don't understand that one. Sorry.
Okay, sir. Participants, any queries, you can put it in the chat box.
Okay, I can take it in this way. For example, if you want to do a machine learning, okay, so currently a lot of websites giving a lot of data, huge data, so that you can cluster it or you can predict it and you can understand, design a map or a chart. Okay, depends upon that. So if you want initially what I will do, I will create a file for analysis, but it will not be that much good. But currently in Google, if you're searching a lot of websites, they are providing a lot of files, so that even in GitHub also we are having a lot of files to understand it. So whatever we saw the tools, right, you can analyze with that help of that files means it will help you to learn fast, and it will give you a clear understanding why we are using these tools. And one more thing here, we there is no particular tool need to be used. We can use depends upon the usage and depends upon the requirement. So if one person is using this tool, it's not required another person need to be using same tool. It differs. Okay. Any more questions, ma'am?
Sir, uh, sir, any queries, participants? You can post it in the chat box. Any queries,
Actually,
please?
Actually, in artificial intelligence, we are telling data, right? It will not be accurate first. So we learned, right? First, we need to cut the data. So there will be lot of mishandled data, especially in unsupervised data. The data will not be in the proper input. So what we need to do, we need to structure the data, we need to remove that unwanted things, and then we need to overcome, we need to cut the data, and then it is fit to do the modeling or predictions.
So thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing your valuable knowledge with us in artificial intelligence as well as deep learning, machine learning, Python. So various that is subjects in one and other in integrated way. So thank you so much for accepting our request and then share all your valuable informations with us, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your sharing your Python knowledge with us. And you have given a lot of real time examples to explain the concepts. It's a very nice way. And many reviews that is based on the participants is very nice. Visit explanations, very clear and simple explanations about the AI. Now all will know about what are the Python libraries we have used in, especially in artificial intelligence and real time. So many real time examples you explained very well. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much to be present here. From your busy schedule, you accept our request and you be there and explain everything in a nice manner. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You can
ma'am.
end up the call, sir. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
1 minute, sir. Any comments? Any questions? No questions, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You can end up the call. Thank you. Dear participants, kindly all of you fill the feedback link and send within a time. That is within a half an hour or within a 1 hour. Okay. Thank you.